Hello, my name is Matthew Holloway. Today I'm presenting Users Are the Weakest Link in Cybersecurity. This is for a class, Computer Security 382, Section 50 at Metro State University. My professor is Professor Colleen of the Cybersecurity Department. This video and PowerPoint and demo is for educational purposes only. In addition, I am not liable for any damages that could be caused using these demonstrations or information from the video and PowerPoint. Pretty much saying this is all educational. I kind of know what I'm doing, but not really. I'm a student still. Users the weakest link. According to a study by Shreddit, 47% of businesses leaders say human errors have led to data breaches within their organization. Data from Trend Micro Smart Protection Network shows that for the first 5 months of 2020, 92% of all the cyber threats leveraging COVID-19 were spam or phishing email messages. Only about 3% of malware finds a technical flaw to exploit. The other 97% is trying to trick a user through some type of social engineering scheme. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. What is social engineering? Social engineering is the art of exploiting human psychology rather than technical hacking techniques to gain access to buildings, systems, or data. This goes right back into those three facts here. This one says 47% of business say human errors have led to data breaches. That's social engineering, most likely, leaving your computer, laptop, anything open and walking away, not securing your stuff, anything like that. And the other thing is people are trying to trick people through COVID-19 fake emails. That's a very common attack through social engineering. And then this one kind of says it all. 97% is trying to trick a user. The users are definitely the weakest link in the cybersecurity infrastructure of security. So there's many types of social engineering attacks. Some of the three basic and most prominent ones are here listed. Phishing attacks is the use of emails or malicious websites to solicit personal information by posing as a trustworthy organization. That's going to be in the far left image. Phishing attacks is an approach that leverages voice communication for social engineering. That's going to be the dude reaching through the wall, trying to grab into Granny's purse there. He's trying to talk her on the phone. Phishing attacks uses social engineering that exploits SMS or text or messages. That's going to be the mousetrap phone you got there. Click the message, you're going to get trapped. Phishing attacks. So here is phishing attacks. The most common use is through emails that point to a malicious website or a malicious website by itself. Users will get an email that looks almost 100% authentic but contains small grammar, spelling, and other errors that give it away as not legitimate. As you can see on the left hand side, there's an image of a fake email that I pulled off of Google. It kind of lists those basic identities of this is a fake email, and it's gonna attack if you click any of the links. So you can see in the top the fake domain. That does not actually go to Outlook Message Center. That end there is fake. I believe you can look up a list of those on the company and or talk to customer service through those companies to ask what those are. And I believe you can also report these fake emails to those companies so they can try to stop them. The other identities of this is a fake email is if you read it, we have trouble certifying your Office 365 account on our server. Most features will be turned off. Spelling mistakes and features. That's not how you spell that. That's going to be common in these kind of emails. The other one is the threat will be turned off. Most of these features will be turned off. Companies won't threaten you like that. Finally, there's two other things. The last sentence, thank you for using Office 365, comma, we hope to continue serving you. This is a grammatical error. These are going to be common in these kind of phishing emails too. They're not going to be completely noticeable, but you do got to keep your eye out. The other thing is the fake email signature. They're going to have Microsoft Corporation to 1 Microsoft Way, Redmond, West Washington, with a zip code. This is all wrong. The signature doesn't include the proper amount of data and or the correct data. All of these combined can make these phishing emails noticeable, but it doesn't necessarily have to contain all of these to be a phishing email or a phishing attack. It could just be the domain and a proper email. It could be a proper domain and threats and spelling mistakes and grammatical errors and a fake email signature. That's why you got to be paying really good attention as a user to what emails you open and what links you click in those folders. Phishing attacks. Phishing attacks is the most common way through telephone, having the user call that number, or the hacker will call them masking their caller ID with a real ID from the business. This type of attack is conducted via the hacker posing as a fellow employee or a position of authority, such as law enforcement, managers, bosses, investigators, anything that can kind of leverage that position of authority. On the left-hand side, there's an image showing you kind of how this is done. First, the person will harvest numbers, get phone numbers, then they'll spoof their caller ID to look like a proper business and start calling numbers. Finally, when they get a hold of someone who can not hang up on them, or actually get through the first process and like give up some information, they'll pose as that authority figure to steal the financial information or sensitive data from that user. This can also happen through video phone calling. There's a different way for that, but it can definitely happen through that too. Smishing attacks is the use of a form of social engineering that uses SMS or text messages to gain access via a link to a website, telephone, email addresses that can all lead to malicious activity. Common attacks are from the IRS trying to contact you saying that you owe money. Another one is you have money coming from you from a charity or a business. And some other ones is verified bank or personal information. Most of these companies and places will not contact you through a text message to give you that kind of information. If you look on the left hand side, there's an image of the text message screenshot. It's the IRS saying they're going to file a lawsuit against you, and if you don't, they're going to have an arrest warrant out for you, and they're going to come from your property and your bank accounts and social benefits, pretty much saying that your life will be frozen if you don't contact them. You can see the phone number doesn't have any caller ID. If the government's going to contact you like this, it's going to have a caller ID. I don't care who they are or what they say. They're going to have some caller ID that lets you know that it's the government. The other thing is the IRS will never contact you through text messages like this, especially saying they're going to threaten you in a criminal investigation. Most of that will be done through letters and court documents. So this is clearly a fake link and phone number. You click that, you're going to be giving someone information that you do not want to give information to. So there's more attacks included in social engineering, such as tailgating and piggybacking. Tailgating is a physical breach of security. Someone unauthorized will closely follow an authorized user into a building when they need credentials. So that's clearly shown in the top left picture. A man in the brown leather jacket is following the man who just used his ID to open the door, and it shows him kind of not swiping the card but following in behind. He is trying to gain access to that building without actually having credentials. And on the right hand side, you see the blue jacket guy looking back as he enters the building. These types of attacks can lead to a hacker getting into your systems with USBs or an actual computer and just hacking away and having his own fun. Quid pro quo is a hacker will pose as a IT support for a large business to try to help users with computer problems to gain access to their machine. So they'll pose as an IT support specialist either over the phone or in person and try to say that you need to do IT help, and when you do, they're going to try to get personal information from you, such as passwords or data, to say that they could do and give you the help that they need. They need that information when they really don't, and they're just trying to steal it. Other ways users can be the weakest link. So in today's modern world, we have a lot of remote devices such as laptops, phones, and tablets, and now even smartwatches. Most companies do distribute laptops, phones, and tablets to their employees. With this remote use, it can lead to unsecure Wi-Fi connections, someone shoulder surfing as they enter in data and sensitive information in public. In addition, is to have these remote devices stolen or lost. Any of these can lead into a bad area for cybersecurity and what they do. How to defend against social engineering. Training for all staff regularly about social engineering. Keeping up training and keeping them up to date about what to do and being aware of social engineering is the number one way to stop that problem. Another way is to keep software updated. Keeping software updated constantly will stop malicious attacks if they have not been used so far. Enabling spam filters too on emails will stop those emails coming in through businesses and other ways. And enabling that will stop the users from getting those emails in the first place, or a majority of them. Another way is to do not respond to emails asking for passwords, personal information, offers of money, or requests and pleas for financial help. Any of these kind of emails or requests should not happen through emails at your business, whether it be big or small. Lastly, always be aware of your surroundings. Without being aware of your surroundings, you could get up and leave your computer open, which can lead to attacks or data and information being stolen. Here are my sources for the PowerPoint. And then we have our examples. So our example is you're going to go to this little magnifying glass and do check for updates. And then you're going to do check for updates. Now, if you're at a small or big corporation, most of the time your IT professionals will take care of these updates and you will not have to worry about them. But it's always good to be up to date on your computer software stuff. The other example will be these phishing emails. I did not have any phishing emails, so I had my mom send me some because she had plenty. For example, you have this fake email up here in the top. It doesn't go to Choice Home Warranty. You can clearly tell that this email is fake too. It's trying to say you are approved and you need to click the link to get this offer. The Choice Home Warranty too is the logo looks like it was made by the Joker or someone. You really need to be careful with these two because clicking these links will be getting your data stolen. Another one is this fake, you've got a bunch of money at a casino, you need to verify your information, clicking these links and this fake domain. You can tell that this is clearly a bait and click. They want you to click and send you their information and data. They want it. They want to steal it. And that is all I have.